Lindro from Buenos Aires, Argentina, says that he began to experience strange, unexplained events only weeks after moving into his new home. He claims he would repeatedly find many of his belongings mysteriously relocated to the bathroom. To figure out what was happening, Lindro installed a security camera, but late one night, he captured far more than he expected.
¡Sos hijo de puta!
Completely shaken by the unsettling experience, Lindro started researching the history of his home, hopping for answers. What he uncovered horrified him. In the 1950s, a family of 4 died in a tragic fire on the very land where his house now stands. On another night, Lindro invited his friend Daniel over, and once again, everything went sideways. A mysterious white figure can be seen passing by the window just outside the house. Moments later, the items resting on the nightstand are suddenly hurled into the air by an unseen force, causing Lindro and Daniel to jump up in shock. But this is where things become even stranger. Lindro claims that after this incident, the spirit haunting his home began imitating or mimicking the sound of Daniel's voice.
Son las 3 de la mañana de nuevo y esto es lo que con lo que yo convivo desde hace meses. Con esto yo convivo hace meses. Siempre que grabo... Vos no sos Daniel. Vos no sos Daniel, esa no es tu voz. Vos no sos Daniel, esa no es tu voz. Daniel se fue hace meses del país, vos no sos Daniel. Si querés lastimarme, salí y lastimame ahora. Ya. Déjame de joder. Déjame de joder. Yo sí no puedo vivir. Ya no puedo vivir así. Ya no puedo vivir. ¿Qué es eso? Concha de su madre. Yo no tengo más miedo. No tengo más miedo. Oh, yo así no puedo vivir. Así no puedo seguir.
He says he has had more than enough of the bizarre supernatural activity inside his house. But is it genuine or just an elaborate hoax? You decide. Meanwhile, a social media user known as Zapabout2Snap works at a shipyard in the United States, transporting equipment and materials throughout the warehouses. However, the shipyard has a dark past. Years ago, a woman tragically died there in a devastating accident. Since then, employees have reported what they believe to be paranormal activity throughout the facility, leading many to suspect that the warehouse is haunted by her ghost. Recently, Zap captured something that left him deeply unsettled.
I'm about to quit.
A few days later, Zap reviewed the security footage from one of the rooms and saw something that truly disturbed him.
What the f***? No, I ain't seen this. Oh my God. Y'all, this is out. It happened right in here. That is fucking crazy. Y'all see that on camera? Rewind the camera back. That's fucking crazy. I gotta be in here one day when it's dark so I can catch that. Wow. It's fucking insane, y'all.
A pale, translucent figure appeared to be drifting through the space. Yet when Zapp immediately went to check the room in person, he saw nothing at all. The experience left him, and his coworkers convinced that the shipyard may indeed be haunted. But what do you think? A man in the Philippines who lives with his wife and 2 children recently had a terrifying experience of his own. He and his friends had been experimenting with a Ouija board, assuming it would be harmless fun. Then one night, something happened that left his entire family shaken. While relaxing at home late in the evening, he began hearing strange noises coming from outside. Thinking someone might be attempting to break in, he grabbed his phone and stepped outside to investigate.
Giungo na may dire. Pantag tao lang ni patay ng buang lagi.
He noticed that one of the windows was physically shaking, yet no one was outside. Terrified, he rushed back inside, but the shaking intensified.
Ano ba? Ay, gawas na ko. Wait daw. Awa, gawas na to. Awa, bitana na mo. Wait, tao! Ang naging lugar na eh. Saan mo giungok na ka diri? Giungok naman ta ni style. Wala gid lagi. Saan ako? Wag gid. Atay man ni.
Soon, every window in the house began rattling violently. He went outside again, desperately searching for any explanation, but there was nothing there. With no logical answer, the family believes he may have invited something into their home by using the Ouija board. But what do you think is really happening? A woman named Kat lives in a remote wooded area of Pennsylvania. One freezing morning around 4 a.m., she woke up to a light dusting of snow covering the ground. That's when she noticed something disturbing just outside her back door.
Good morning, guys. It is literally 5 a.m. and I opened the back door to put some dry food out for the stray kitties. And there are people feet printed all over my deck in the snow. Do you see this? They start over there. And it like barefoot walks up to the table. There's nothing coming up to the... Maybe there is some coming up to the door. What? And I don't see any in the yard. What is this? I see them kind of coming out of the flower bed. They stop there. I thought maybe they would have walked off through that flower bed, but I don't see anything there. It's like one straight line from out in the yard up to the door, turned around towards the table, and then just stopped moving. That one has like 1, 2, 3, 4, like 6 toes. That's 6 toes. So is that one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It is 16 degrees out. I have not gone outside yet. My cat came and woke me up, hysterical, probably because there was some barefoot person on the deck. I'm just more concerned about like a mental health crisis because there's no reason to be out there barefoot.
Naturally alarmed, Kat feared someone might be suffering from a mental health crisis and wandering barefoot in the freezing cold. She contacted the police, but they assured her that no one had been reported missing, and there were no reports of trespassing or break-ins nearby. Though concerned, Kat felt she had done all she could and tried to move on. But nearly 2 weeks later, the mysterious barefoot footprints returned.
Okay, morning footprint update. Let me show you. This is the first time we've had snow since the initial footprint sighting. Do you see that? They're barefoot again. They're in a different spot than... Look at my shadow. So those prints are in a different spot than when we had prints before. Let's go downstairs. It is 7 o'clock. I've been up since 4:30. I didn't look outside. I just came up here and then I opened the window to see if any of the stray cats were coming up to the door yet because I didn't feed them yet. I'm gonna stay right along the side so I don't interfere. Those are definitely very bare human feet, but there are not 6 toes on these that I can tell. I don't know. No, those are very clear toes right there. So the house next door has nobody living in it, so I'm not sure why the prints would be coming from that deck. Happy New Year.
Kat installed 2 security cameras outside her home, yet the unknown visitor has not reappeared. So is this something supernatural, or something even more frightening? A real person lurking around her house in the middle of the night? Daniel works the graveyard shift at a hospital, where the quiet hours make every sound seem amplified. For weeks, he says one particular door has been opening and closing on its own during his rounds. At first, he blamed air pressure or faulty hinges, because that's what any rational adult would do before accepting nightmare logic. But it kept happening the same way, at the same time, night after night. Eventually, he decided to record it.
This door keeps on opening and closing. Like, there's nobody here. I'm not doing the sensor. But it keeps on opening and closing. And I'm alone. I'm alone.
The footage shows an empty hallway with lights softly humming when the door at the end slowly begins to move. It opens with a long, drawn-out creak, inch by inch, as if someone unseen is deliberately pulling it. Daniel remains completely silent, unwilling to disturb whatever might be happening. After a few seconds, the door stops. Then, just as eerily, it begins to close again, revering at the same slow, controlled pace until it settles shut. There's no rush of air, no footsteps, no shadows passing by. Daniel later explained that this is exactly how it always occurs, never slamming, never abrupt, almost intentional. Hospital staff inspected the door the next morning and found nothing wrong. Since then, Daniel avoids that corridor whenever possible, convinced that whatever is moving that door knows precisely when he is there. The next video was filmed inside an elementary school abandoned for decades. From vast empty hallways to deserted classrooms, the building appears completely vacant, or so it seems. Although the person recording had explored the location before, they claim the atmosphere now feels different, far more unsettling. Chris Hill, an urban explorer known for encountering strange occurrences, may have captured his most disturbing experience yet. Late at night, Chris enters the deteriorating school alone. As he carefully walks through the barren hallways, he immediately feels uneasy.
This is weird, man.
The abandoned classroom materials only add to the creepiness, and exploring deeper into the building makes the atmosphere even more disturbing. As Chris continues, something far more chilling seems to reveal itself.
All right. This is the main lobby. Main office. Safe is still here. I wonder what's in it. Oh, shit. Where the f did he go? He's probably in this room. Get my gun. Hello. Where did he go?
Without warning, a faint scream echoes somewhere in the building. He quickly turns and sees a figure moving across the room. Rushing to investigate, he finds no one there. He checks a closet, Still nothing. It's as if the figure vanished into thin air. Even more unsettling is the noticeable drop in temperature when he leaves the room. This mirrors a previous exploration Chris conducted at an abandoned warehouse that was believed to be haunted. Perhaps the same applies here. Earlier in the video, Chris explored another section of the school when something unexpected occurred.
Somebody's in there. Scared the... Oh, man. Oh, man. I'm going out. Hello. Oh, it's a toy. Oh my God, that scared the of me. Scared the hell out of me. Excuse my language. My heart is racing. I thought it was a person standing there. It's a toy. Look at this. That's... Why would somebody leave that in here? Make sure nobody's actually in here. Look at that thing, man. That is creepy.
At one point, a doll mysteriously drops to the floor on its own as soon as Chris enters the building. Viewers believe the doll appeared to move as though manipulated by some unseen presence. While proving that is difficult, what happens later intensifies the mystery.
Oh, here it is. This place is crazy. I remember the last time I explored it. Oh, hello? Hello? What? Okay, I know I heard somebody coming down these stairs. I'm out. There is definitely something weird going on in this school.
As Chris searches for an exit, he suddenly hears footsteps descending the staircase above him. When he investigates, there is no one there. Convinced that something is seriously wrong, Chris quickly exits the school. While he believes the building is haunted, some viewers suggest the possibility of a hidden squatter misinterpreted as paranormal activity. Yet strangely, no person is ever visible when these incidents occur. Whether the school is truly haunted or simply occupied by an unseen trespasser remains an unsettling mystery. Want some ghosts on camera? Or there's some creepy videos that you would like me to include in the next video? Email me at scarycammyt@gmail.com.